Welcome to HortTube, where we talk all things gardening. My name is Jim Putnam, and this is a double pink knockout rose. This is the disease-resistant double pink knockout rose. Knockout roses are listed on a lot of websites as getting about 4 feet in height and 4 feet in width, and that's really just the maintainable at height. These things can actually end up 7, maybe even 8 feet tall over time, but with proper pruning, they're pretty easy to keep in that 4-foot range. Knockout roses are extremely cold hardy and can grow all the way up to horticultural zone 5 and then all the way down to zone 11. Once established, knockout roses are pretty fast growing. We can get over 2 feet in growth out of these in a single season. Although because of the disease resistance, knockout roses are a little more shade tolerant than other roses, these would still prefer 6 hours of direct sun or more, and really full sun would be even better. In terms of places you would use these double pink knockout roses, a lot of people do use them on foundations, and I can see the appeal. It is very, very showy while it's in bloom, but it does lose its foliage in the wintertime and doesn't look that great to me on a foundation. The best place for them, in my opinion, is just mass planted. You can find a space where you can put 5 or 7 of these. There's a new white knockout and a new yellow knockout that look great with these, and I think they stay a little smaller than these too, so they would look great in front of them. But really best mass planted. It would also work well as a container plant. Of course, the main feature of any rose is the flowers, and this one definitely doesn't disappoint. This thing is absolutely loaded with buds right now. It only has 3 or 4 open flowers on it, but it'll be in full flower here in the next week or two. When knockout roses first came out, the flowers were just single flat petals, and now we have these doubles. They're certainly not formal doubles like some of the traditional roses, but they are really, really nice and extremely showy. I really like this double pink. I like it better than the double red. Of course, I sell double red 10-to-1 over the double pinks, but I really, really like this color of this flower. One of the other great parts about all of these knockout roses, and pretty much all roses, get this really nice reddish new foliage, which contrasts really nice with the old foliage. This is mid-April in my area now, and these are coming into their first bloom now, and then they'll go into a cycle about 5, maybe 6 weeks, and they'll bloom again, and then they'll do it one more time toward late summer. That's pretty typical in my area that we'll get 3 rounds of flowering on these. I've included videos in the description of this video for planting woody shrubs. If you'll follow the one that applies to you, they should work out fine. They're not particularly finicky really in terms of planting. Just don't cover up anything that's not covered when you purchase it. Don't over mulch it, and don't drown these. The first year your knockout roses are in the ground, you're definitely going to want to keep a close eye on watering them. You can stick your finger in the ground about 2 inches, and if it's dry, drown the space around it and then let it dry out between rains. These are very, very drought tolerant once they're rooted in the ground, but if you let them become too dry in the summertime, it will shut down the growth, and then they will not repeat bloom later in the summer. So keep that in mind. This is a plant that you're not going to want to let get crazy dry like you would some of your other shrubs. Other shrubs, frequently I just don't care if they kind of shut down in the summertime and go into kind of that summer dormancy that plants go into. But these, you're trying to get them to repeat bloom. So check them occasionally during the summer. If the soil around them is dry, really, really drown the space well and then let it dry out again. You definitely want to fertilize your knockout roses in the late winter. You're going to get a lot more flower production on them through the season. You got this nice new growth too, which looks really, really nice against the old foliage, and that's helped by fertilizer as well. You can use any kind of slow release rose fertilizer, something that will last 3 to 4 months. In order to control the height on these knockout roses and still have them bloom multiple times during the summer, we want to cut them in the late winter before they start coming out. I'd cut them down to about 18 inches in height. This plant is a good example of that. It was cut to probably about 14 inches above the soil line here, and it's already come out with about 6 inches of growth, and this first flowering is happening. It'll put on another foot of growth and flower again over 5 or 6 weeks, and then it'll do it again, and it'll end up in about a 4-foot height range. A plant that's been in the ground for a couple years will do that. They'll grow that much in a single season, and then we'll repeat that the following winter. Knockout roses are extremely disease resistant. This plant right here has been watered with pond water its entire life, and it's extremely clean. There's virtually no spotting on any leaf anywhere. It's just truly amazing how disease resistant these roses actually are. But they do still get all the insect pest that other roses get, and everything likes to chew on these. So at some point you may end up having to treat them for some sort of insect related issue, and there are organics and non-organics for those types of things. Deer absolutely love roses. If you have deer issues, they will absolutely eat these to the ground if they get a chance. So what are you waiting for? Even you can grow the low maintenance double pink knockout roses. Thank you for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also comment below with any questions you have about knockout roses. Thanks for watching.